Back when I was 6, I received a Nintendo 64 with 2 games, Pokemon Stadium, and one that started it all for me, Super Smash Bros. It made me a fan of Nintendo, and to this day still remains as my favorite gaming franchise.
I mean, seriously, having every Nintendo franchise we grew up on beating the crap out of each other in fighting style, that's a pretty good idea. It introduced me to a lot of franchises. I mean, like back then, I only knew The Legend of Zelda, Mario, and Pokemon, but I never knew any other Nintendo franchises. Open up to some other franchises, such as Metroid, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Kirby, and Star Fox.
There are 3 games out for each Nintendo console since the 64. The original, Melee for the GameCube, and Brawl for the Wii. However, there is a new one coming out soon for the will-to-be Wii U and the 3DS.
So, I'm going to review all Smash Bros. Games, starting with number 1.
The opening movie is pretty good, showcase every playable character so far. There are 4 sections: the first player mode, versus mode, option mode, and data mode. Let's start off with the first player mode first. There are 4 choices: an arcade style mode, 2 bonus stages, and a training mode. There are 8 players to start off, which I like the way they're set up, as their appearance from the timeline, beginning with Mario and Pikachu. But after doing some achievements, you'll be able to play as Luigi, Captain Falcon, Ness, and Jigglypuff, making the roster total up to 12 players. When you start off, you find the graphics are great for an N64 title, and the designs are pretty smooth. The controls are very different from a fighting game, and there are no move combinations, just 2 buttons for the moves and a defensive button. The A button does the basic attacks, but if you move the stick around, you can perform different attacks and charge a button in any direction to perform its matches. The B button performed all the attacks that the characters had in their own universe from their games, like from Mario's Fireballs to Link's Bombs, and even Kirby's copy ability. And like the A button, you can change the attack depending on how you move the stick around. The defense button can shield you, but only for a limited amount of time, since it stuns you for a while if you hold it too much. Also, moving the control stick around can allow you to dodge attacks. When you hit a character, it adds a percentage of damage, so you don't really have to beat the guy up until the bar empty. But instead, you have to knock the opponent off the stage, which can be easier with more damage done to the opponent. There are also some items that drop randomly on the ground, whether it's health crates, or weapons. The music is great. They took the famous music from every franchise and placed them in a nostalgic memory. There are also original scores here in the game, but like the nostalgic music, they're great to listen to.
Sonic versus Yoshi Team. 3, 2, 1, go!
The arcade mode goes through the 8 story characters in each respective stages, but there are exceptions like finding a team of Yoshis, a team of Kirbys, or even finding a giant Donkey Kong. You can also choose what difficulty you want and how many stocks you need. After every 3 stages, you'll go through a bonus round for more points, like the popular Break the Targets, which has become a state hold name for the Smash Bros. Series, or the not so popular Board the Platforms. And there's also the linear obstacle course called Race to the Finish. After beating all the characters, you'll get a challenge by 3 NPCs, the one being Metal Mario, who is no problem to beat. The second last is an endurance round with a team of what I think are supposed to be unpainted character models of the cast. On the last stage, you face off against Master Hand, which is different than the other boss battles you had to come over. And you have to beat him down until his life numbers go down. After the end credits go, you start the entire process again with a different character. The multiplayer has a lot more to do than the single-player mode, like the time games, stock matches, and team battles. There are only 9 stages, one of them being lockable, but like the music, they have a nostalgic feeling to them since they represent a setting from Nintendo franchise, with the exception of F-Zero and Earthbound series. Sorry, Captain Falcon and Ness. The best part about it all is that you can have up to 4 players at the same time. In A-Ray, a not-so-current thing that happened since 1999. In conclusion, this game has aged, but in a good way. I can admit that the single-player mode is boring and repetitive, but the multiplayer is good and with a lot of variety to choose from.
So, the original Super Smash Bros. Game is so good to play. But of course, with new consoles coming out with the GameCube, there had to be a sequel to Super Smash Bros. And thus, we have Melee. Tune in next time, and I'm going to review Melee.